Fame can arrive like a lightning strike. One day, a person is relatively unknown and the next, their face is everywhere. This happens because they connect with us. Maybe it's through a catchy song, a role in a popular movie, or a viral video that makes millions laugh. This initial connection is powerful. It makes us feel like we know them, even though we have never met. We see a part of ourselves in their story, their talent, or their personality. This feeling of familiarity is the foundation upon which a massive public profile can be built, creating a bond between the star and their audience. This bond grows stronger with every interaction. When a celebrity shares a personal story on social media, we feel closer to them. When they show off their sense of humor in an interview, we feel like they could be our friend. This curated intimacy is a key part of modern stardom. It is not just about being talented anymore, it is about being relatable. People are drawn to authenticity, or at least the appearance of it. They want to follow someone who seems genuine and down to earth, even if that person lives a life of unimaginable luxury and privilege. The more real they seem, the more we trust them. This trust translates into incredible influence. Soon, it's not just their art we are interested in. We want to know what clothes they wear, what makeup they use, and what they think about the world. They become trendsetters without even trying. A simple photo of them holding a certain brand of coffee can cause that brand's sales to skyrocket. This is the golden ticket of celebrity. It's the moment when a person's fame becomes a powerful tool, capable of shaping culture and driving consumer behavior on a massive scale. Their every move is watched, analyzed, and often imitated by millions of devoted followers. The peak of this rise is when a celebrity becomes more than just a person. They become a brand. Everything they touch seems to turn to gold. People buy tickets to their movies just because they are in them. They listen to their music without even hearing a sample first. This level of loyalty is what every aspiring star dreams of achieving. It represents a complete capture of the public's imagination. At this point, their influence feels almost limitless, a seemingly unbreakable force in the cultural landscape. They are no longer just famous. They are an institution, a name that carries immense weight and authority. Once a celebrity reaches the peak of their popularity, they often start using their influence in new ways. One of the most visible arenas for this is politics. When a major star endorses a political candidate, it generates a massive amount of attention. For example, when Taylor Swift encouraged her followers to register to vote in 2024, voter registration websites saw a huge surge in traffic. She used her platform to engage young people in the political process, a group that is often hard to reach. This shows how a single Instagram post can have a measurable, real-world impact on civic engagement, turning passive fans into active participants. Another area where celebrities have extended their reach is the world of book publishing, especially children's books. Famous actors, musicians, and athletes are now writing stories for kids. Footballer Marcus Rashford's books have been incredibly successful, selling hundreds of thousands of copies and promoting literacy and representation. However, this trend has a downside. Many professional authors feel that they are being pushed aside. They argue that publishers are choosing famous names over talented writers, making it harder for new, unknown voices to get a chance. This highlights a conflict where celebrity power can both open doors and close them for others. The power of a celebrity endorsement is not just about selling products or books, it is about shaping conversations. When a beloved star speaks out on a social issue, it forces people to pay attention. They can bring mainstream awareness to topics that were once considered niche or unimportant. This can lead to positive social change and encourage public debate. The celebrity acts as a megaphone, amplifying messages that might otherwise be ignored. Their voice can lend credibility and urgency to a cause, inspiring their fans to learn more and get involved in important discussions about the future of society. However, this influence is a double-edged sword. While some endorsements are seen as positive, others can backfire. The same power that can mobilize thousands of voters can also be seen as a sign of an out-of-touch elite. The Democratic Party's heavy use of celebrity endorsements in the 2024 election was criticized by some as a strategy that ignored the real economic worries of everyday people. While stars like Beyoncé and Oprah were supporting the campaign, many voters were more concerned about the price of gas and food. This shows that celebrity influence has its limits and can sometimes create a disconnect instead of a connection. The same public that builds a celebrity up can also tear them down. Public opinion is fickle, and it can change in an instant. A star who was once universally loved can quickly become the target of intense criticism. This often happens when they do something that feels inauthentic or out of touch with the lives of their audience. For instance, when a celebrity complains about minor inconveniences from their mansion during a time of widespread hardship, people get angry. This perceived lack of self-awareness shatters the illusion of relatability that their fame was built on. The public starts to see them not as a friend, but as a privileged elite. Backlash can also erupt when a celebrity is pressured to take a stand on a controversial issue. In the lead-up to the 2024 election, pop star Chappell Roan faced criticism for hesitating to make a political endorsement. She explained that she felt immense pressure and had her own concerns, but some fans were disappointed by her reluctance. This incident showed how the public now expects celebrities to be more than just entertainers. They are expected to be moral and political leaders. When they fail to meet these expectations or when their views don't align with their fan base, the fallout can be swift and severe, damaging their carefully crafted image. Sometimes the backlash is not about a single event but a gradual shift in perception. The trend of celebrities writing children's books is a good example. While some, like David Walliams, have become publishing powerhouses, others have not been so lucky. Meghan Markle's book The Bench sold poorly and was met with public skepticism. People questioned whether she was genuinely interested in children's literature or simply capitalizing on her fame. This skepticism reveals a growing fatigue with celebrity side projects. The public begins to wonder if these ventures are driven by passion or by a desire for more money and attention, which devalues the work in their eyes. This is when the positive power of fame starts to curdle. What was once seen as an exciting new venture is now viewed as a cynical cash grab. What was once seen as a brave political statement is now seen as a performance. The trust that was so carefully built begins to erode. Fans start to question the celebrity's motives. They wonder if the person they admired is really who they seem to be. This period of questioning is dangerous for a star. It's the moment the cracks in their public image begin to show, and it can be the beginning of a long and difficult fall from grace. The final stage in the fall of a celebrity's influence is often marked by a profound sense of disconnection. When stars are surrounded by wealth and yes men, they can lose touch with the reality of everyday life. This was a key criticism of the Democratic Party's 2024 campaign strategy. Relying on endorsements from billionaires like Taylor Swift and Oprah to appeal to working-class voters was seen by many as a sign of deep elitism. It suggested that the campaign did not understand the economic pressures facing ordinary families. When a celebrity's lifestyle is completely unrelatable, their attempts to connect with the public can feel condescending and hollow, ultimately pushing people away. Controversy is another major catalyst for losing influence. A single scandal can undo years of goodwill. Whether it is a legal problem, a leaked private conversation, or an offensive public statement, the damage can be permanent. In today's hyper-connected world, news of a misstep spreads instantly and public judgment is swift. The celebrity who was once a role model becomes a cautionary tale. Their brand becomes toxic and former partners and sponsors rush to distance themselves. This fall from grace is often brutal and very public, serving as a stark reminder that fame is a conditional gift from the audience. Ultimately, what we learn from these stories of rise and fall is that authenticity is paramount, but it is also incredibly fragile. The public is drawn to celebrities who feel real, but that same public is quick to punish anyone who seems to have faked it. The pressure to maintain a perfect yet relatable public image is immense and perhaps impossible to sustain forever. Celebrities are human, and they make mistakes. But in the unforgiving court of public opinion, there is often little room for error. The very platform that gives them a voice can also be used to silence them. The lesson for both celebrities and the public is to be mindful of the complex nature of fame. For stars, it is a reminder that influence is earned and can be easily lost. It requires a genuine connection that goes beyond branding and marketing. For the public, it is a lesson in media literacy. We must learn to look past the curated images and understand the powerful forces at play. Celebrity culture is a mirror that reflects our own values, desires, and anxieties. The rise and fall of our idols tells us just as much about ourselves as it does about them.